You will be taking the English 1 released test today for your benchmark. Writing. Read the selection and choose the best answer to each question. Then fill in the answer on your answer document. Number 1. What is the most effective way to revise sentence 2? A. They enjoyed playing video games, they bowled, and watched movies together. B. They enjoyed playing video games, bowling, and watching movies together. C. They enjoyed playing video games and watched movies together and bowling. D. They enjoyed playing video games while they also enjoyed movie watching and bowling. Number 2. What is the most effective way to combine sentences 7 and 8? F. He used a wheelchair to get around and communicated through a sophisticated computer system that responded to his eye movements. G. He used a wheelchair to get around. He communicated through a sophisticated computer system that responded to his eye movements. H. Using a wheelchair to get around and communicating through a sophisticated computer system, he responded to his eye movements. J. He used a wheelchair to get around, which communicated through a sophisticated computer system that responded to his eye movements. Question number 3. Danny would like to add the following detail to the second paragraph, sentences 6 through 16. He was a top 10 runner on the track and cross-country teams at Copper Hills High School. Where is the most effective place to insert this sentence? A. After sentence 9. B. After sentence 10. C. After sentence 11. D. After sentence 12. Number 4. What is the most effective transition to add to the beginning of sentence 18? F. Consequently. G. In fact. H. However. J. In the end. Question number 5. Danny would like to add a relevant quotation to the end of the third paragraph, sentences 17 through 22. Which of the following could best follow sentence 22 and help support the ideas in this paragraph? A. He hangs out with Cameron every weekend, Mac's mom noted. B. I just felt like it needed to be done, Mac said, so I did it. C. High school has been just great, Mac commented. D. Mac was nice to me and really funny, Cameron explained. Number 6. Danny ended his paper abruptly. Which sentence could be added after sentence 32 to bring this paper to a more effective close? F. Isn't it hard to imagine a person in a wheelchair traveling that fast in a race? G. In conclusion, only time will tell how much these amazing runners will be able to accomplish if their friendship stays strong and their determination brings hope to others. H. Mac and Cameron's story is inspirational, a reminder to the world that challenges can never stop true friendship. J. Obviously, Mac and Cameron will be friends forever and will be sure to make a difference in many exciting ways. Read the selection and choose the best answer to each question. Then fill in the answer on your answer document. Number 7. Julio did not write an effective thesis for this paper. He would like to delete sentences 4 and 5 and replace them with 2 sentences that better articulate his thesis. Which of the following should he use? A. Wind turbines aren't anything new. They have been around for a long time. B. People come up with new ideas, and new ideas mean creative solutions for all. C. This wind turbine is unique. It can produce both energy and water. D. A wind turbine may be the perfect answer. Experts believe this is true. Number 8. Julio's transition from the second paragraph, sentences 6 through 13, to the third paragraph, sentences 14 through 18, is weak. Which of the following could best replace sentence 14 and provide a more effective transition between these two paragraphs? F. It's our job as young people to bring national attention to the crisis. G. We need something to assist with the serious water crisis we are facing. H. Today there are people who are illiterate about this situation. J. Many people in the United States are unaware that such a crisis exists. Question number 9. Which sentence can Julio add after sentence 17 to provide additional support for the ideas presented in the third paragraph, sentences 14 through 18? A. I cannot imagine having to spend any portion of my day collecting the water that my family needs to survive. B. Some must travel great distances for water, carrying containers that weigh as much as 40 pounds. C. Women and children are the ones who typically have to bear this responsibility. D. Water has to be found that will meet all the family's needs for drinking, bathing, and cooking. Number 10. The meaning of sentence 22 is unclear. What is the most effective way to clarify the meaning of this sentence? F. Change this to it. G. Change them to some analysts. H. Change water to it. J. Change main to primary. Number 11. What is the most effective way to revise sentence 26? A. It had been over a period of 6 months. The turbine produced up to 211 gallons of water per day. B. Because it had been over a period of 6 months, the turbine produced up to 211 gallons of water per day. C. Over a period of 6 months, the turbine produced excuse me, let me start over. C. Over a period of 6 months, the turbine produced up to 211 gallons of water per day. D. The turbine produced up to 211 gallons of water per day. This was over a period of 6 months. Page 12. Read the selection and choose the best answer to each question. Then fill in the answer on your answer document. Question number 12. What change should be made in sentence 2? F. Change placed to places. G. Change the comma to a period. H. Delete hardly. J. No change should be made in sentence 2. 13. What change, if any, should be made in sentence 8? A. Change come to came. B. Change groceries to groceries. C. Change liners to liners. D. Make no change. Number 14. What is the correct way to write sentences 17 and 18? F. And because most plastic bags are made of polyethylene, a product derived from crude oil or natural gas, they waste non-renewable resources. G. And most plastic bags are made of polyethylene, a product derived from crude oil or natural gas. They waste non-renewable resources. H. And most plastic bags, which are made of polyethylene, derived from crude oil or natural gas, wasting non-renewable resources. J. The sentences are written correctly in the paper. Question 15. What change needs to be made in sentence 21? A. Change were blocking to was blocking. B. Delete the comma after sewers. C. Change devastating to devastating. D. No change needs to be made in this sentence. Number 16. What change should be made in sentence 29? F. Change come to came. G. Change use to using. H. Delete and. J. Change it to them. Page 16. Read the selection and choose the best answer to each question. Then fill in the answer on your answer document. Page 18, Question 17. What change needs to be made in sentence 6? A. Change thanks to thanks. B. Change idea to ideal. C. Change volunteers to volunteers. D. No change needs to be made. Question number 18. How should sentence 8 be changed? F. Change him to he. G. Change the comma after leaving to a semicolon. H. Change saw to seen. J. Change refugee camps to refugee camps. Number 19. What is the correct way to write sentences 15 and 16? A. He was baffled by the idea of discarding perfectly good soap. Kayongo asked the hotel for an explanation. B. While baffled by the idea of discarding perfectly good soap, Congo asked the hotel for an explanation. C. Baffled by the idea of discarding perfectly good soap, Kayongo asked the hotel for an explanation. D. The sentences are written correctly in the paper. Question 20. What is the correct way to write sentence 21? F. Although Uganda is recovering from years of war, the nation is still plagued by poverty, with many workers earning no more than $1 a day. G. Although Uganda is recovering from years of war, the nation is still plagued by poverty and many workers earn no more than $1 a day. H. Although Uganda is recovering from years of war, the nation is still plagued by poverty. Many workers earn no more than $1 a day. J. The sentence is written correctly in the paper. Number 21. What change needs to be made in sentence 24? A. Insert which after question. B. Change led to lead. C. Change non-profit to non-profit. D. Insert a comma after organization. Question 22. How should sentence 29 be changed? F. Change innovative to innovative. G. Change is bringing to was bringing. H. Insert a comma after tool. H. Insert a comma after tool. J. Sentence 29 should not be changed. Be sure you have recorded all of your answers on the answer document. Written composition expository. Read the following quotation. Right actions for the past, let me start over. Right actions for the future are the best apologies for wrong ones in the past. Tryon Edwards. Sometimes changing your behavior is the only way to make up for a past mistake. Think carefully about this statement. Write an essay explaining how actions can be more powerful than words. Be sure to clearly state your thesis. Organize and develop your ideas effectively. Choose your words carefully. Edit your writing for grammar, mechanics, and spelling. Use this pre-writing page to plan your composition. Make sure that you write your composition on the lined page in the answer document. Reading. Read the next two selections and answer the questions that follow. Use Creative Solutions to Life Challenges, page 24 through 25, to answer questions 23 through 27. Then fill in the answers on your answer document. 23. Read this sentence from paragraph 4. I always knew when she was making something because she would be singing or humming. How is this sentence significant to the author's central argument? A. It is evidence that creative work promotes happiness. B. It shows that his mother was multi-talented. C. It demonstrates the benefit of having a strong work ethic. D. It illustrates that his mother was an exceptional role model. Question 24. Which sentence best describes the author's attitude toward art? F. Art instruction must begin in the home. G. Practice and effort produce great art. H. Art is something everyone should have access to. J. Most people are incapable of appreciating art. Question 25. The author supports his argument primarily with evidence drawn from A. A variety of artistic and literary works. B. His personal experiences and observations. C. The first-hand accounts of eyewitnesses. D. Recent history and current events. Number 26. The author tells the story of painting the Baskin-Robbins windows in order to support his belief that F. Creativity and freedom of expression are essential to a happy childhood. G. Children should not expect to be paid for performing minor tasks. H. Children who are kept busy with art projects are less likely to get into trouble. J. Art lessons can provide children with valuable skills on the job market. Number 27. The author of the boxed information about Walker most likely chose to use the word abounds in the title because Walker, A. likes using words in an unusual way, B. has received many awards and is heavily published, C. Writes poetry for a wide audience. D. Believes that there are many ways to be creative. Use Back Home, page 26 and 27, to answer questions 28 through 33. Then fill in the answers on your answer document. 28. Which sentence best reflects a primary theme of the selection? F. Mama was a delightful person. G. Life was simple for us, but it was good. H. As a child, I lived some distance back in the woods. J. I didn't know what it was to be lonely. Question 29. The figurative language in paragraph 2 suggests that for the narrator, the boxwood bushes are a symbol of A. Hope, B. Isolation, C. Independence, D. Security. Number 30. The tone of the passage can best be described as F. Blunt and candid, G. Sarcastic and irreverent, H. Light and whimsical, J. Nostalgic and sentimental. Question 31. Based on how the narrator describes her childhood, readers can conclude that she A. Attaches meaning to the details and rituals of daily life, B. Believes she has had to live without certain luxuries, C. Regrets that she did not appreciate her family more, D. Thinks that nature is both beautiful and overwhelming. Number 32. In paragraph 10, the word reverie means F. Amusement, G. Laughter, H. Slumber, or J. Daydreaming. Number 33. In paragraph 12, the narrator's father is portrayed as A. Ambitious and determined, B. Loving and kind, C. Hard-working yet playful, D. Honest yet insensitive. Use creative solutions to life's challenges and Back Home to answer questions 34 through 37. Then fill in the answers on your answer document. Number 34. Read these quotations. Creative solutions to life's challenges. I believe that the highest quality of life is full of art and creative expression, and that all people deserve it. From Back Home. After supper, sometimes we'd walk out to a neighbor's house, or else we'd just sit and talk, or play hand-cranked Victrola. Which sentence best describes the difference in tone between the two quotations? F. The tone of the first quotation is elevated and lofty, while the tone of the second quotation is modest and casual. Which sentence best describes the difference in tone between the two quotations? F. The tone of the first quotation is elevated and lofty, while the tone of the second quotation is modest and casual. G. The tone of the first quotation is strident and shrill, while the tone of the second quotation is soft and understated. H. The tone of the first quotation is cynical and pessimistic, while the tone of the second quotation is bright and idealistic. J. The tone of the first quotation is disapproving and moralistic, while the tone of the second quotation is open-minded and tolerant. 35. As children, the authors of both selections had A. An interest in art and literature. B. An appreciation of nature's beauty. C. An active imagination. D. D. A strong will to succeed. Number 36. Unlike the author of Creative Solutions to Life's Challenges, the author of Back Home grew up F. In a family without much disposable income. G. In an isolated area. H. In a cold northern climate. J. In a materialistic environment. Number 37. What does food represent in the two selections? A. In Creative Solutions to Life's Challenges, food is associated with love and family. But in Back Home, food is associated with the struggle for survival. B. In Creative Solutions to Life's Challenges, food is associated with unfulfilled desires. But in Back Home, food is associated with a basic human need. C. In Creative Solutions to Life's Challenges, food is associated with scarcity and the need for innovation. But in Back Home, food is associated with abundance and comfort. D. In Creative Solutions to Life's Challenges, food is associated with friendship and hospitality. But in Back Home, food is associated with a tight family bond. Be sure you have recorded all of your answers on the answer document. Short answer number 1. Directions. Answer the following question in the box labeled Short Answer Number 1 on page 4 of your answer document. In Creative Solutions to Life's Challenges and Back Home, what made the authors happy as children? Explain your answer and support it with evidence from both selections. Read the selection and choose the best answer to each question. Then fill in the answer on your answer document. Question 38. What is the primary purpose of this article? F. To summarize research on contagious yawning. G. To explain why yawning is healthful for people and animals. H. To describe how human yawning differs from dog yawning. J. To suggest that scientists will never fully understand why people yawn. 39. In paragraph 3, which word means passed or slipped by? A. Observed. B. Elapsed. C. Allotted. D. Subtly. 40. Which line suggests that seeing someone else yawn is not the only way to experience contagious yawning? F. As I did the research for this column, I noticed that nearly every article about yawning pointed out that just reading the article itself could make you yawn. G. Goldman points out that yawning has been observed in many species of vertebrates, including dogs, cats, chimpanzees, and birds. H. At extremely high temperatures, yawning again decreased, perhaps because yawns don't help when the temperature is too warm. J. Humans who are likely to be more empathetic also exhibit more contagious yawning. So maybe yawning is contagious between humans and dogs for similar reasons. Number 41. The author uses an aside in paragraph 3 to A. Supply additional information. B. Provide some humor. C. Criticize public speakers. D. Give an example. Number 42. Why does the author say that yawning isn't a very big problem? F. To explain why there has been little research done on yawning. G. To suggest that studying yawning would be a waste of resources. H. To argue the importance of studying the causes of yawning. J. To demonstrate that all studies of yawning have reached the same conclusion. Number 43. Which of these is the best summary of the article? A. Scientists have discovered one possible reason humans yawn. Studies indicate that we yawn to cool our brains. This cooling process is important because a cool brain functions more efficiently. However, this explanation is too simplistic to serve as the definitive answer. Or is B the best summary of the article? Research has shown that yawning has been observed in many species of vertebrates. What is not clear is why this is so, or what purpose yawning serves. While some researchers indicate yawning occurs to cool the brain, others dispute this hypothesis because of differences between humans and animals. C. Yawning is contagious. When humans or even dogs see someone yawn, they often yawn too. Studies have found, however, that when someone just pretends to yawn, moving his or her mouth but without making any of the gestures, people don't yawn in response. While more studies may be needed to explain this phenomenon, yawning isn't a very big problem. D. Many species yawn, but the purpose served by yawning is still unknown. It also is unclear why yawning seems to be contagious. Researchers have offered various theories, such as yawning serves the purpose of cooling the brain or body, or expressing empathy or mimicry. However, further studies are needed before yawning can be fully understood. Number 44. Which of the following statements best characterizes the objective of the boxed information about yawning? F. To provide possible explanations for why people yawn. G. To amuse the reader with common myths about yawning. H. To provide facts about yawning to supplement information given in the article. J. To suggest that scientists are close to understanding the cause of yawning. Page 40. Read the selection and choose the best answer to each question. Then fill in the answer on your answer document. Question 45. This excerpt can best be described as exploring the theme of A. Survival in extreme conditions. B. Courage in the face of danger. C. Reverence for the natural world. D. Standing up for a principle. Number 46. The details about the size of the creek in paragraph 1 are significant to the story's plot because F. The creek is too narrow to offer the narrator any protection from the cougar. G. The narrator knows exactly where to catch the most fish in the creek. H. The creek is so wide and deep that the narrator's escape route is cut off. J. The narrator is so busy studying the creek that he does not notice the cougar right away. 47. From paragraphs 11 through 13, what can the reader infer about the narrator's relationship with his father? A. The narrator wishes that he could be more like his father. B. The narrator has an instinctive respect for his father. C. The narrator feels conflicted about his father. D. The narrator wants to escape his father's influence. Question 48. What is left unresolved at the end of the story? F. The narrator's conflict with his father. G. The cougar's dilemma. H. The reason why the cougar fled. J. The narrator's need to find his way home. Question 49. Which sentence best describes how the author uses point of view in the selection? A. The author uses a third-person narrative to help the reader understand what motivates the protagonist to stand his ground and meet a deadly threat. B. The author uses an unreliable first-person narrator to suggest that the protagonist exaggerates the dangers he faces. C. The author uses a first-person narrative to help the reader identify with the thoughts and feelings of a protagonist under extreme stress. D. The author uses an omniscient narrator to create suspense by revealing the existence of a threat to a naive, vulnerable protagonist. Number 50. The tone of the story becomes increasingly F. Hopeful, G. Critical, H. Despairing, J. Suspenseful. Be sure you've recorded all of your answers on the answer document. Short answer number 2. Directions. Answer the following question in the box labeled Short Answer Number 2 on page 6 of your answer document. In the excerpt from Emery's Gift, what does the narrator learn about himself? Explain your answer and support it with evidence from the selection. This is the conclusion of the STAR January benchmark.